Hello, and welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews. Today's beer is not a Japanese beer. It is a craft beer, but not Japanese. It's from a brewery that's pretty highly regarded in the UK, and that brewery is Thornbridge. And the beer is Thornbridge Jaipur. And this is a 5.9% beer. It's an IPA, English style IPA, although we'll see it has a lot of New World hops in it. And it's 55 international bittering units. Now, Thornbridge is based in Derbyshire in the UK, which is in the center of England. They started in 2004 through a merger of Thornbridge Hall and Kelham Island breweries, so two breweries, and became pretty popular pretty quickly. They opened up a second plant in 2009 and changed the name simply to Thornbridge Brewery. And they've had a number of expansions since then, and so they have been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I have had 8 of their beers and rated them all above 3.5 out of 5, so pretty highly. On RateBeer, they have a total of 430 beers listed, and that's since 2004. Untapped has 227 beers listed, and they export to 35 different countries, including to Japan now. And so this beer called Jaipur. Jaipur is, of course, the name to any British person. This name will, of course, immediately signify India. And in fact, it is a large city southwest of New Delhi, a city of over 3 million people, which was a former capital of the state of Rajasthan. And so right away we're getting the India idea. The label art, I'm not quite sure what I'm getting here, what kind of design it is, but in any case, and this is the Thornbridge logo at the top. So on RateBeer, this one has 2,219 separate ratings, and on Untapped it's got almost 90,000 ratings, and on Untapped 3.62 out of 5. So this is Thornbridge's most popular beer on RateBeer, and it's the most popular Thornbridge beer on Untapped as well. So this is, I guess if you could say they have a flagship beer, it might be this one, but with 430 beers, it's kind of hard to have a flagship. So it was made in 2005, just a year after they opened up, and this is really the beer that made Thornbridge take off. It made them famous. And it's won over 100 awards over its time since 2005. I rated this before on RateBeer 7 years ago. It's been a while. I rated it 3.8. Okay, and that's 7 years ago, and a lot of IPAs have come and gone since then. So a lot of the beers that really stood out then may not be such standouts now. Our tastes do change over time. So the Anchor Steam beer I used to drink when I was in college in San Francisco was absolutely astounding. It's still a very good beer, but it's not as astounding in the collection of other beers that have been made since then. Okay, so this beer is 5.9% and 55 international bittering units. It has Maris Otter malt, which is a British malt, and it has a collection of many types of hops, including Chinook, Centennial, Antanum, Simcoe, Columbus, and Cascade. So these are, they call it, it's listed as an English IPA, but these hops are, of course, all West Coasty sort of hops. Okay, it's got a rather unusual color for an IPA, this pastel yellow with lots of tiny carbonation floating up. It's a little bit hazy. This could be chill haze, I'm not sure, but you can see the rather intense carbonation pushing up pushing up, but very little head. Very little head. Okay, let's try the aroma. Woo. Absolutely, this is West Coast of the U.S. A big citrus, buzzy nose with some fruit behind it. Oh yeah, something a bit stinky. Yeah, a bit stinky and maybe almost dank, kind of barnyardy, which is a polite way to say poopy. Okay. It's balanced from the get-go. And the hops are right there with the malt. If anything, the hops are probably the dominant feature of the initial here. Kind of light sweet fruit, some caramel maybe, some mild bitterness in mid-palate that continues in small tracks, but so overall it's kind of balanced. This is clearly influenced by West Coast styles, but it is gentler. I think it's maybe a little bit more well-rounded and balanced than a West Coast hop bomb, for example. It's got medium body. Perhaps a bit light. Okay, as it warms up a touch, the hops are starting to pick up on the tongue a little bit more. Yeah, but still, it's more restrained than even a typical West Coast IPA. So it is English. It is an IPA, but I don't think it's exactly an English style IPA. More West Coast style overall. Well, this is very tasty, and I think this is a beer. If you've never had it, you probably should try it. As I say, they export to 35 different countries, so it's very possible that you will find this in a liquor store in your country, and I think you should probably give it a go. Okay? All right, well, that's it for today. We'll be moving on to a variety of other beers in our next video. Hope you're doing well. Please do subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment. Okay, I'd like to hear from you and hear what you have to say about the beers or about beers you might want me to review if I can possibly get them, and whatever else you have to say. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.